And good evening, everybody. Hey there, guys. I think I've got my mic. Yes, I have my microphone on. I hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm showing green into yellow on my meter here. Let me know in chat to everybody who's there if you can hear me or not. And welcome. I see we've got some people already in chat. So let's get going here. Welcome to Animation. As the name says, Let's Anime. It's October 23rd, 2021. It's Saturday. This is episode number 16. Jay in chat says, I sound great. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Finger guns. Anyway, excellent. Cool deal. So far we've got Jay in chat. I'm sure there are other people are coming on along. If you are in chat, go ahead, say hi. You know we don't bite a lot or much unless you ask us to. And then, you know, it's you know, consensual biting. That just sounds really weird. So anyway, if you are watching, if you are lurking hereabouts, hello, welcome to the show, welcome to Animation. Let's Anime, right up in there. Welcome. If you don't want to go into chat, that's fine. I'm glad you are here watching us. Wherever you may be, you might be on the East Coast, you might be elsewhere, you might be overseas, because we are broadcasting right now, Imanamahoso, live broadcast. It's at noon Japanese time, so however it works out for you way out there in the Pacific, you guys are in the future. How so awesome. Excellent, Stuka, nice to see you here. I'm sure we'll get some more people coming in shortly, so that'll be fun. Alright, so just checking my settings here. Alright, so again, welcome to the chat. This is episode 16. As I was saying, we are getting close to the 20s in terms of number of shows, which I'm kind of enjoying. This is so 16 shows, 15 if you count the original iteration, which was at random. I was planning on doing something else and then completely switched within the next episode. So, and we have what you see now, Animation. Let's Animation. Anyway, so technically under Animation we are episode 15. This is episode 16. I'm taking everything as is. So 16 episodes. I'm really excited that we're getting to that point. I think I'd mentioned at one point way back I was trying to do a podcast, kind of comedy podcast, kind of weird, absurdist type of stuff. It lasted 4 episodes, and then I shut it down. Things weren't working out with what I wanted to do, and it kind of died on its own. But we're talking about anime, which I like to talk about, which is what we're here for, among other things, of course. So let's get started. So welcome to the show, and I haven't done this before, but I keep seeing this on other streams and videos, so I'm going to say it here. Be sure you hit the subscribe button, which is probably down in there somewhere, probably out that way, I would guess. No, this way, somewhere over there, and then the little notification bell, so you can get notified of when we stream and all that fun stuff. Let's see, you know, as before, I do have a script, so I'm going for that. And again, tonight's sponsor is unofficially Starbucks, of course, as you can see here. Let me make sure I got my camera on there. Look at that. Yeah, so I have my beverage, a hot beverage. This is again, I got another latte. So I will take a drink out of that, and it looks like from earlier on you were saying, Jay and Stuka, that you also got some good stuff from our unofficial sponsor. Again, it's a Starbucks just down the street from me. I get food there, and of course I got my meal, which we'll talk about a little later. You probably know what this is, but we'll get to that shortly to when the time comes. So that's our sponsor for tonight, Starbucks. They don't know I'm saying this. I don't know if they'll even be able to be a sponsor. I think sponsor, if I did have a sponsor, I would like it to be Bushiroad, because, you know, they own all the Bandori stuff and Joshi Pro Wrestling again, which I talked about previous episode. So yeah, I would love them to be stuff because they got all the goodies, right? Because all the stuff that I've been buying, yeah, or even maybe CD Japan because they have a lot of the stuff that I bought too. You know, like a certain somebody's CD with bangs. Anyway, so one of the things I want to cover tonight before we get started on all the good stuff, I want to do a shout out to Twitter user named Soren, who pretty much did a signal boost for me earlier this week. Kind of spread the news about the show, anime show. Get it? Dad jokes are lost on. Anyway, so they go by Soren or Hakanai Subs on Twitter. They've got a Twitch and a YouTube stream in which they do Bandori game event watches, live stream watches, and they do commentary. And it's Friday nights at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, and then do the math for other time zones in that. So I got a chance to watch a couple of their streams. They're kind of fun. He basically goes to the Bandori rhythm game, all the character and event stories, and shows, okay, here's the newest one, and live streams it, follows along, makes some commentary in the back. Just kind of fun if you want to check those out. Go check out Soren there. Let's see. Keep an eye on chat here. Yes, that would. Well, you know what? Interestingly enough, Jay, I did put together an email I'm going to send to them, telling them about the show, about anime show. I just like that joke, and letting them know, yeah, hey, I'm talking about Bandori. If you got Bandori goodness that you want me to share, throw it my way. I will tell everybody about it on my stream, and I would get a kick. That would be a kick, wouldn't it? If they decided, I could sponsored by Bushiroad, right? That would be cool because they do trading card games like Card Fight, Get Vanguard, and Weiss Schwartz, and a couple other ones. So yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I hope I just sent out the email today. They're closed, and I sent it to the Japan office, the Tokyo office. And also, they've got an office. The Bushiroad International their offices are based on in LA. So I sent them a message. They'll probably get it, open it up on Monday, unless they have people working the office on the weekends. Who knows? We'll see what happens. It may not say anything. They may say something. Who knows? But I will let everybody in chat know if I hear back from them. So that would be kind of cool. But anyway, if you get a chance, check out Soren's Twitch stream and YouTube stream. It sounds like he simul streams, so he streams at the same time. I'm not quite sure exactly how that's done. There's some tech stuff that I could probably look up on, see if that'll be something I would want to do. I don't know. Yes, I will keep you guys apprised. Yeah, that might be a different discussion next time, whether I should actually do a Twitch stream. It seems to be more that Twitch is geared toward people who actually stream games, and so they'll make commentary, and it's usually a lot of people streaming games. I don't know, YouTube feels a little more easier to just sit and talk to people. If not a video blog, it's sort of live blogging, live video, live vlogging, for lack of a better word. So yes, I will keep you guys apprised of that situation. I'll probably mention something on. Oh no, I'll leave it for a stream. That'd be kind of cool to actually have it part of the stream, sort of a neat thing. If and when something happens, we will see. Buckstars, yeah. Maybe we can get WcDonalds to in Japan, or Buckstars, or Danny's is the other anime one that I've seen. I can't remember which one it was. It was in one of another Slice of Life one. I think they were in college and they passed by a Danny's, or they go to a Danny's. Go figure, right? Danny's, of all places in Japan, that they would have, something. I mean, I could see WcDonalds, but a Denny's. I guess there are going to be people who like Western food. I looked up their website, and they sell basically Western style food. So they've got pancakes and all that good stuff. I mean, they have some Japanese dishes in there. They got a lot of noodles and ramen and that sort of thing. But they've also got pancakes and waffles and sausage and eggs and between omurice and sausages, that would be something to do. So, having gotten all that out of the way, let us get into some of the meat. Part of the meat. So our first section was, of course, Bandori appreciation time. Here we go. And we let that intro music just sort of seep into our pores, into our very being. As usual, I am attired in the proper regalia. We have my lanyard, the Poppy-pa lanyard. I've got Kasumi, the Kasumi T-shirt. Oh, here we go. There we go. There, right. This one, which I think I wore last week. I just grabbed it from the other stack. I should have done the other one. And of course, the towel is nearby there as it stretches out into the rest. So I've got that handy. So is it Western cuisine? Oh, look, we're back to. I know, God dang it. Yes, food anime. Yeah. I know. You guys keep getting me on that. Yeah, I know. I guess it all comes down to that to some degree, right? But yes. So and I mean, hell, we're doing food stuff here, aren't we? Like last week, you guys watched me eat. Well, I ate mochi on stream. Oh, by the way, I had the cake, the birthday cake, cupcake that I bought for Aiai's birthday. Oh, that stuff was good. Oh, I loved the little. They had the little shaved white chocolate shavings that they put on top of the whipped cream, and it was really cool coming out of the fridge because I put it in the back of the fridge. Got nice and cold, colder than what usually. Not quite frozen, but really, really extra cold, and that just tasted really sweet as hell, though. Oh my God, I think I drank a lot of water after that because you get that part of it had that kind of cloyy type of sweet, but it was still good. It was very tasty. I enjoyed it, and yes, I'm talking about food. God damn it, it's a food anime show. What is I should just come out and admit it. We're to that point, I guess. Who knows? All right, so Bandori appreciation time. We're gonna start it off with a little moment of zen. So it is Bandori, a little moment of Bandori zen. Here we go. Sorry, I had to do something with that picture. I like using that picture. It's funny, and it's cute. It's cute and funny at the same time. It's Aimee sleeping with the snot bubble, and it just needed a lullaby just to go with it. I know I popped that up there before, just like sleeping Aimee, but it needed the music, and I found a track that I could use. It's Pachelbel's Canon. Why not? So there we have that. There's your moment of zen. Yes, exactly. I usually end up not eating all the icing on the cake. Yeah, I didn't overdo the icing. I think I ate mostly the cake part of the cake, and the icing. I got a pretty good chunk of it, about half of what was there, and then the rest was just cake. So yes, that is our moment of zen. So now let's get into some cool stuff. The Bang Dream Fair 2021 is going on right now. So if you head over to the Bushi Road online store, they got a ton of stuff. Oh my God, they got CDs, they got shirts. A lot of the clothing is gone. Like there was some really cool not outfits, but sweatshirts sold out. They've got stand-up figures, the little vinyl figures. They're like 1/8 inch tall or eighth, whatever they do for figures, but they're really cool ones. So they've got a bunch of those. They've got, I think, something like 20 pages of material. Oh, at least on my phone screen, it was like eight products per page. So lots of stuff. And I think if you buy I think if you buy $30 for every $30 worth of stuff that you buy on the store, you get a cleaning cloth. So, you know, good for probably for like electronics, your glasses, whatever, the screen on your phone. So, you know, have at it. Check that out. All right, it's countdown time. We are looking at countdowns for the following. The cover collection for Bang Dream comes out on the 10th of November, so 19 days until that. We have 54 days until the Rosalia movie, which comes out on the 15th, the double release, parts 1 and 2, The Promise, Yakso, and Song I Am. It's 65 days until Aiai's One Man Live, her one-man show, which is on the 26th, day after Christmas. How about that for a Christmas present? And then New Year's Day. Bang Dream, Pumpin' Dream, 71 days until then. Oh my God, that's gonna be awesome. Hopefully it's if there's some kind of release that we can see, I will pay, just like I paid for Aiai's Live, just like I paid for the beginning, days 1 and 2. Delayed, of course. It was like 2 weeks delay, but the video was there. It was awesome. It was really cool. And then, speaking of concerts, speaking of Aiai's One Man Live, we've got, as I mentioned last time, Kasumi and Tae's After School Remaining tour, the acoustic concert that they're doing. The one just finished. One was on the same day as Aiai's birthday. But we've got 2 more, November 7th on a Sunday at the ZEP Nagoya, and then the 17th, which is a Wednesday, also November, the KT ZEP in Yokohama. And then, in addition to that, the following month, we've got December 11th and 12th is Edelstein, is a solo concert for Rosalia, and then Rosalia has another live concert, 2 days, May 21st and 22nd of 2022, Fuji-Q Highlands Conifer Forest, where they did the beginning 2-day concert for Rosalia. Apparently the first day is called Vice Klee. I'm not quite sure what that refers to. Vice, what is that? White Klee. My German is off. And the second day is called Rose, which is probably means rose. It's not German. Rosen. Anyway, yes, Jay, best Christmas ever. All of that. It's like within a couple weeks of each other, right? We got Rosalia, we got Aiai's Live, and then right after Christmas, how awesome would that be? It's like, oh, Merry Christmas, Santa's here. Oh, now Aiai's here, and she's gonna do her show. That would be really cool. And then, of course, a couple weeks later, maybe a week later, we have Pumpin' Dream. And if you haven't seen the previews for it, they released a promo video, I think earlier this week. Yeah, it popped up on my YouTube feed. They go to Guam for a concert of some sort or some kind of music thing. So hey, why not Guam? How about that? Kaon went to England. Poppypa goes to Guam. Go figure. Yeah, I guess it's probably within the reach. Somebody had pointed out that one of their music videos, and I'm blanking on which one, they had shot in Guam. Their MV, some of the setup or the backgrounds they'd shot in Guam. So I guess they were using that as some place that they had gone. Maybe it's a nod to the music video. But there we go. Sure, why not? I'd be down to a trip to Guam once things get up in that direction. But yes, best Christmas present ever. That is so awesome. It makes me want to, jump out of a second-story window at Hanajo High School. Because that's what you do at Hanajo Girls High School especially if you're Kokoron. You just jump out the window just like that. As usual, why not? Alright, so they just released, so we're at episode 3 of Garupa Pico Fever. I don't know if you had a chance to watch the first one, Stuka, because I mentioned it to you the other day. The samurai, the Jedi sort of spoof. So Garupa Pico Fever 3 just came out. It's another fun one. The hijinks keep rising and going up, and this one was a pretty good one too. Now it occurred to me they were doing that. They also and I just noticed this, that when Pico Fever released, they also had just released about this, well, within about half an hour each other, or with an hour lag time before the premiere of the episode. They had a Bandori TV live stream, which I think ran for about half an hour. So that was going on at the same time, and I was thinking, hey, this is pretty awesome, because it's like back-to-back stuff, right? And then somebody pointed, and I wondered, is this a new thing? Is this something they're just doing now? Is this and I didn't notice. And apparently they had been doing that for all of the Pico shows from the beginning. So Pico Omori, and then now Fever. They would broadcast that shortly after, or right about the same time as a Bandori TV Live, or the equivalent thereof. And it's stuff like that I think is really cool. I didn't notice. I didn't know. Frankly, I didn't find out about Pico until actually earlier this year. And I realized, oh my God, there's all these little chibi ones. I should check these out. Stuka, Ikifuri. Yep, do check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. Just even if you don't catch all of the references, just the fact that there are samurai clans that they show up as, and it sounds like it's it's during the warring nations period of Japanese history. It's just really fun. Yeah, so as I'd mentioned, I hadn't known about Pico all that long. So I was talking to May and Tara on Twitter, and they were telling me, oh yeah, they're I figured they'd been in this a lot longer than I have. I mean, the show came out in 2017, I believe it was 2017. 2018, and then that was first season, second season 2019, and then 2020 was season 3. So that was the most recent one, and the game had come out 2017, yeah, 2017, the rhythm game. So for me, my Bandori conversion story, when I fell into the cult, was actually I wouldn't say fell in, but when I decided to get totally into it and just go whole hog, was actually earlier this year, about April, when I found out that it was going to be the 5th anniversary of the video game. And I said, I've been hearing about the game, I'm going to go ahead and get it, and I got the game, and I ended up going, you know what, let's finally get some merchandise. I finally gotten all 3 DVDs, all 3 Blu-rays, Season 1, 2, and 3, and then later got the film live, which is the concert video about a month later. All from Right Stuff Anime. Got them on they weren't on sale, but they were deeply discounted at the time that I got them, so they were maybe 10-15% off or something like that from standard retail. Tara, I was just talking about you. Morning. Good morning, sir. Tara, Stuka, Jay, I'm sure you guys have seen each other before. Say hi. Tara, I was just talking to them about my Bandori conversion story that I said I'm talking about. So yeah, so Tara had said that Tara had gotten into Bandori during the whole epidemic, the pandemic. Got pandemic bored, I think is what you had said. So you just jumped in whole hog, which I think it correct me if I'm wrong. That would have been last year, right? 2020, right in the thick of things, which was just about when things were closing up, or maybe it was earlier this year. Yeah, I got finally into it in April after I picked up the game on my phone and started playing, and then started picking up everything else. I had watched season 1 on Crunchyroll. After going through a bunch of other idol animes, Love Live Sunshine, Wake Up Girls. I think there was another one. I can't remember which one it was. I think there was one other one that I had seen. But at the time, and I think I mentioned this before, I was trying to find an idol group that was fun, had an anime, kind of, because it looked like there was a live group that went with the anime, and I wanted to find another one, but Wake Up Girls had disbanded, and I think the Love Live people, they were okay, didn't really catch me too much. I thought Quarantine Boredom. After hesitating for about 2 years, okay, so you had been in there right about 18 when Tara, right when the episodes started coming out, at least in Japan. So yeah, so, and this was I had started watching some of these idol anime, and they were fun. I wanted to get into Wake Up Girls, but I'd found out they just recently, I think within the previous 2 months after I had started watching it on Crunchyroll, they had broken up or disbanded or what have you. So I said, well, that's, they're cool, but nothing I want to follow. Let's find something else. And that was about the time that I ran into Bang Dream. It would have been April, I believe, of 2019 is when I started watching it. And realized that by the time I'd finished, season 2 had already come out and was on Crunchyroll. Again, I'm watching subtitled, so even better. At the end of watching that, I basically went through the rest of season 2, and then later after watching that, found out there's going to be a season 3 in the following year in 2020. So. And I really wasn't completely into it. I mean, I'd watched it, I enjoyed it, and about that time I wanted to find out, hey, tell me more about Poppin'party, right? Because they were one of the bands that I really enjoyed. I mean, I liked Hello Happy World, they were cool. Roselia at the time was, maybe it's a little too much of a, what do you call it, very... My Chemical Romance, they had that kind of vibe, the goth vibe. It wasn't totally Evanescence, they had that kind of feel. It was okay, it wasn't really pulling me in, but Poppipa was. So I went to find out more about them. That's when I started looking on YouTube for videos, saw some of their old lives. That's when I first encountered the Budokan Miracle Party live that they did, which I think was 2017 or 2018, something like that. I think it was their fourth one. I'd seen some of the earlier ones that they did, which was just on a traditional stage, but then saw the Budokan one that was on YouTube. It was basically a truncated version, about 20 minutes long, interspersed with a whole bunch of stuff about Card Fight Vanguard and a bunch of other things. For, of course, Bushiroad. So it was about, I think it was four or five songs that were on there. And that was the one where I first encountered, and I didn't realize what it was. I first encountered the chorus of Neo Aspect, which came back to haunt me in a good way when I saw Roselia Yakuso episode of Roselia, the first one. So that it came back, and and then of course now Roselia is my second favorite Bandori band. But so between then, so that would have been 2018 into 2019. It was still, kind of, I'm looking at a couple things here. I'm finding stuff about, finding out who are the seiyus. Oh, that's great. Learning about Ito Ayasa, Rimirin, Ushigomi Rimi, Saya, Ayaka, Ohashi, Sae, Otsuka, and then of course Aimi. Kept reading about her and her journey to her character, and then finding out all about the later on finding the out that she and Ayasa had started off in the Milky Holmes franchise in the second, I think it's the second set of series. The original 4 came back to play Glitter Green, the characters in Glitter Green in the anime. So they were technically their senpais in Milky Holmes, come back as their senpais in Bang Dream. How's that for coming full circle kind of thing? So it was Ayasa and Aimin who starred in Milky Holmes. They auditioned. They became, I think it was, the show was called Milky Holmes Feathers. They were the group called Feathers. which was a up and coming detective team that kind of pairs up with Milky Holmes, and they have their own storyline. And interestingly enough, I found out later that Remy had auditioned for a role in Milky Holmes. She didn't make it, but she was remembered by one of the producers and was asked to come back to audition for Remy, the Remy character, in Bang Dream, and then they just all got together. So I think I saw a video floating where it was their 3 auditions. So the 3 of them, young. Oh my God, how young they were! A young Remy, a young Ayasa, and a young Aimee. I mean, I barely recognized her compared to how she is today, but very young. And they were basically on stage, and I guess it was like a big competition kind of thing that they held for these auditions. And I saw the 3 of them. I was like, oh my God, just to think that they had met and worked sort of together for the auditions, and then one of them didn't make it, but later on the 3 of them got back together into a group to form and perform live together. And of course, again, there's the really cool bit about Glitter Green being their senpais, because they were their senpais, like I said, in Milky Holmes. Tara, your story is a YouTube playlist shuffled into Poppy cover of Hikaru Nara. Oh, okay. Because of Kimi Uso, and after that, I listened first before jumped into the anime. Oh, okay, yeah. So I was hearing all their songs through the anime. So after that, I went and searched out their songs and, found them in various forms. Bought a few of them, found some other ones, in that way. I won't go into any more of that. So I was pulling down songs and getting songs, and I was listening to them, and hearing. I was loving a lot of the acoustic ones for Yes Bang Dream and especially Starbeat. I love the acoustic version of Starbeat, which, if you might remember, I did a version. I did my cover of it at my birthday stream when I sang that. That was really fun to do. I love that version of the song. I mean, the regular version is great because it brings back that the feels from that particular scene in the anime when they're at the cultural festival. But yes, but I love the acoustic version, which I think I've seen. It was on. I've seen a video of. I can't remember which live it's taken from. I'd have to go back and take a look. It's not in the Budokan concert. I think it's either one of the ones after that one. I would have to check up on that. But that's really cool that you first started with Terra. That you first started with the music before getting into the anime. Yeah. So after that, I'd been watching, off and on. I think it was in 2018. I rewatched season 1 at least 4 or 5 times. Season 2 maybe 2 or 3 times. In 2020. I think I went up to I watched it another 4 times, so which brought me to 9. I think I watched season 2 maybe 2 more times, and then season 3, and then so by this time I have watched season 1 a dozen times in rewatch, the entire thing. I've done season 2 as a rewatch. I think I'm on 4. It's either 4 or 5. Season 3 only twice. To this point, so I think I'm pretty much due for another due for a rewatch. The whole full thing, including the OVA, and then Film Live, which is the concert movie, and then of course we have Film Live 2 second stage, which I'm not sure exactly when the DVD release for that or Blu-ray release for that is, but whenever it is, it's going to be mine. I'm going to buy it. So basically, and it wasn't all of that. It was here and there. That was also around the time when I started noticing. I think I'd seen. Well, I started following some of the SHIYOUs, and of course that's when I happened on Aiai when I found her. I think she popped up kind of like Tara, like your playlist shuffled into Poppin'party. I had a bunch of stuff on Aiai and Poppin'party and their lives, and I think at one point one of my how YouTube does the suggestions. Oh, hey May, welcome to chat. May, you know everybody in chat. Tara, Stuka, Jay, May is here. Excellent. I'm gonna make a note real quick here. So welcome to chat. May, I was just talking about my talking about my conversion. So yeah, I at the time this would have been early 2019. Have to getting used to this song first before the anime. Ah, okay. So you got used to the music first. Yeah, mine was the opposite. I found the songs after watching the anime. Just started pulling songs. Oh, they did this one. Okay, that's mine. I'll get that one. I'll get that one. Kind of thing. But as I was saying, yeah. So about 2019, after having all these videos, YouTube, videos. You know how they suggest them. You might like this one, or pop up on your timeline, what have you. So I popped up in. Hang on, guys. It's getting a little warm in here for me. I'm gonna turn on the fan, which is behind me. So I have to get up. Give me 1 sec, folks, because otherwise I'm gonna die from too much sweating. Alright, so the noise that you hear in the background is the noise of the gigantic fan that's going to power my airship. I can feel a little dampness here. So, anyway, we'll return to the headphones so I can cue up some stuff in a little bit. So, yeah, my YouTube playlist suggestions came up with Aiai's Jiko Shokai on Hibiki style, which is number 5. I went back and looked. Chill out, man. Chill out, man. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I can feel it. There's a heater vent back there, and I think it's been letting off some. The heat's been on. A gigantic fan. Yes, exactly that. A gigantic fan for the man's. Well, I'm talking about Aiai, so I'm kind of getting the sweat coming down. I mean, it's only right and proper, right, to have that happen. Hang on a second, guys. Oh, here we go. This is exactly what I want to see. Yeah, you start talking about this lady here. I mean, cheerleader, yeah, right? Sorry, I had to. It's one of my favorite pictures. I have another one which is on my phone. You guys know this, right? I think I put a picture of it on Twitter. So here, this is my phone's lock screen. Of course, you wouldn't be surprised who it is, right? Okay, it's just one of those things. I will freely admit it, right? I freely admit it, and admitting it is the first step, isn't it? Isn't that what they say? Not that I have a problem. I'm admitting that I'm a gigantic Aiai fan, which should have been evident from the song last week. But anyway, yeah, I started finding stuff about Aiai, and then that's when I started, looking up and finding out more about her, and then Maho at the same time. They seem to have, for whatever reason it is, they seem to go together. And I knew she was in Bang Dream as Yukina was a voice, and then realized, oh, she's got another anime, not just of Card Fight Vanguard and Kimono Friends, which she played a Rockhopper Penguin, but she's full-on anime review Starlight, and Maho was also in there. And for whatever reason, once I started watching Aiai videos, Maho videos would pop up, and that's when I realized, when you put the two of them together, uncontrolled chaos, which we will get to in that particular segment. So anyway, so that's my Bandori conversion story. Kind of casual up until April of this year, and then decided when I realized, hey, it's the 5th anniversary of the video game, I'm gonna get the video game. I'm gonna put it on my phone. I'm gonna play it. I suck at it, but I'm having fun and I'm enjoying the band stories and the character stories. And that was the point where I said, okay, I'm in whole hog. I got the merch, I got the towel, I got the shirt, I've got all this, I've got all the other stuff that I've shown you. Just bring it on. And of course, for my birthday, I got the really cool stickers that Jay and Stuka got. So yeah, which we'll get to in just a second. Rimi, right? And then my favorite is Arisa, and the whole, all of our vocalists, leads in the band. So speaking of this young lady here, Rimi Ushigome, her birthday's coming up on the 26th, which is Tuesday. So we have a chocolate croissant in her honor. Choco coronet, right? I have it in here. I'll probably eat it at some point in the stream, only if you guys say. And of course, the other person who's got a birthday is tomorrow. Well, it's tomorrow already in Japan. And that is, of course, Udagawa Ako. Her character voice, of course, is Sakuragara Meguchi. It's her birthday today, tomorrow. Happy birthday, Meguchi. Thank you for being Roselia's really cool drummer. And like I've mentioned, Ako is my second favorite character right after Arisa, because she's a hoot. Who else is going to get up on stage and say, I am the queen of Princess of Darkness, and launch off into some stuff, because she plays Neo Fantasy Online, right? And so she gets into these Chunibyo stuff right in the middle, and then of course, she falters and then says something else like, may the darkness arise while I get fries, or something like that. She's the queen of darkness. Why not? She's awesome. She's got purple hair. She's a drummer. I'm sold. So it's their birthdays today. Or her birthday today, tomorrow, and then of course on Tuesday the 26th. Is that the 26th? Tuesday, yeah, Tuesday the 26th. It is Rimirin's birthday. Let's see here. Next up, we have. Okay, so this is really cool. I thought it was pretty cool. We all know Kudoharu. 26 is Yuki. Oh, you mean the character? I think so. I would have to look it up. I don't know the character. It's more of the. I'm getting there. I'm getting to the characters. I'm enjoying. Like I said, after watching episode of Roselia, I was sold. I'm slowly getting to know them. And speaking of Roselia, Kudoharu. I want to talk about Kudoharu and Sasaki Mikoron, who is one of the Team Y ladies. She's also a Hibiki Seiyu, and she was one of the. She played Wanibe Nanana, the keyboardist for Glitter Green, and she also played one of the characters in the Milky Homes franchise. So she's senpai to our Popipa group. And let's see, and we all know Glitter Green. Rimi, we're talking about Rimirin. Her sister Yuri was the guitarist for the group, and then we have Kudoharu, who everybody knows is Hikawa Sayo, guitarist for Roselia. Now, it turns out that the two of them are also in another Bushiroad-owned franchise, Review Starlight. So in the game, and they're actually characters in the game. Mikoron plays Kochu Shizuha in the game, and Kudoharu plays Tsuruhime Yachio. And it turns out that they're going to be live on stage this time. It's Shoujo Kageki Review Starlight, the live Edel Delight, which is going to be out, I believe, next year. I want to say it's in February. There's like 16 performances. Yukina, okay, yeah. 26 is Yukina's birthday. 27 is Arisa's birthday. There we go. Arisa's birthday is on the 27th. So yay for Bandori birthdays coming up. maybe I'll get into doing some of the character birthdays, because we just had a birthday for, is it Paspare? Is it their bassist? Was it Himari? Wasn't her birthday? Was it today? I just saw something pop up on one of my feeds. Anyway, we had another birthday today. Was it Himari? She was Paspare's bassist. No, drum. She's Paspare. Somebody help. If I try and open up a web page, I might mess up something on my stream here. I don't want to take a chance. If you know, we have a we have another birthday, character birthday today. I want to say. Oh, my phone can tell me, right? The phone is Afterglow. Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah. It was yesterday. Oh, Afterglow. Okay. It was Afterglow. Why was I thinking Paspare? Anyway. Yes. Yesterday was Himari. Okay. Yeah, I knew it was somebody's birthday. Because I got basis for Afterglow. Thank you. Yeah. I just popped open the. I was gonna check, so I popped open my game, and yeah. So anyway. Thank you. Afterglow. Okay. All right. So let me close that out. All right. So yeah, basis for Afterglow. So yeah. So we just had another birthday, and now we've got some more character birthdays coming up. Yeah. There we go. Here, it's still up on my game. So yeah, Himari's birthday. Yes, thank you guys. Thank you for helping out there. Awesome. Yeah, October has a lot of Bandori-related birthdays, characters, and seiyus. Yeah, it's showing up to be that way. Very interesting. I wonder if there's some kind of connection elsewhere with that. I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, Kudoharu and Mikoron are going to be in the live stage performances of Review Starlight, which is going to be cool. So I think that's going to be 4. They have 4 live performances. Same birthday. Oh, so you Tara. Well, happy upcoming birthday to Tara. Hey, everybody, guys. Let's give a big round of applause to Tara, who's Tara and Arisa are going to have the same birthday. So that's really awesome. 27th, coming up soon. Yeah, so I think there's 4. Is it 4? There's 4 or 5 Review Starlight lives. I think there's 4. I know 3. I know of 3. Maybe this is the 4th one, or maybe there's another one that comes in the middle. I know there was the Blue Glitter, the Saren, and I think that was another live that they did, and it's about the characters from the Saren school, their story, and the 3 of the characters from Saren show up in Transition, the second live, which I got the DVD of, which is my favorite. I've seen the first one. That was pretty good. I think it's the first live, then the anime, then the second live. For whatever reason, I gravitate toward the second live. It's not yet. Well, you're welcome. We're celebrating it here. We may celebrate it again the next stream, because it's going to be the next week is the 30th. So why not? You're going to have 2 parties. Yay! All right, Tara. Here's a round of applause. Can you see this? Round of applause. Round of applause. Round of applause. There we go. Round of applause in a circle. Yay! See? All right, everybody, raise a drink. Raise your cup to Tara. Kanpai! Cheers! Yeah, there we go. All right. All right. Ooh, that was tasty. All right. So let's hydrate. So, yeah, that should be cool. I'd be interested in seeing that one live, or clips from it, or what have you. I'm sure they'll show up with some kind of highlights reel on YouTube. There we go. Thank you, Jay. That's good. And of course, who else is of other people that have been noted that will appear in Edel Delight? We have, of course, Aiai, as Claudine SHIYOU will show up on there. I'm noticing something about Aiai showing up, in particular with Bandori stuff. I just saw number 14 of Poppiban, which is a bunch of the Poppipa doing stuff, getting together and going out and doing excursions and whatnot. So episode 14 just popped up on my YouTube list. I'd seen 12 and 13 prior to this, and these are the beach episodes. They have a beach party. And for whatever reason, I guess have my coffee here. All right, you have your coffee. I got my coffee here too. May, I hope you have a beverage of some sort, nice frosty beverage. Maybe it's tea. Tea is good as well. Nothing wrong with tea. I'm having my sponsor, my unofficial sponsor, of course, as we all know, as I mentioned earlier. I've got I think it's a vanilla blonde latte is the drink that I have. Yeah, so Poppiban number 14. It seems to be I likes to show up at these things, especially when there's food involved, which we've noticed before because there was I think it was 2 or 3 episodes of Team Y where there was food involved. Aiai shows up, right? I think there was one where they had this huge thing that they bought of I think it's like designer or expensive sushi that they had like 2 or 3 powders of. You have milk. Hey, there you go. Whatever works for you, May. It's all good. So yeah, they bought sushi, and then Aiai shows up to have sushi with them. And then there was the other one. It was after the Twister game. They go and order out, and all of a sudden, and to celebrate, Aimi is buying food or dinner for the girls, and then Aiai pops up, and then she's there. So, okay, yes, I know what you're gonna say, Jay and Stuka. I know what you're gonna say. Food anime. We're talking about food again. We talked about it earlier. Yes, we're talking about food again. Yes, and look, we have drinks, right? We're talking about food. Right, we got the drinks. I have the chocolate croissant, and I still have that mochi from last week, the Imperial Taro, which I haven't opened yet. Maybe I'll open it tonight on stream. Who knows? We never know. And I also have Pocky, which I think is always... Yep. Thank you, Stuka. Nailed it. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Food. This is food anime. Food. Let's food anime, right? It seems to be a trend. A trend. Kansai people love to eat, so understandable. I is there for the food. Why not? And that's Kansai. That's Kansai people for you, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, I just think it's really funny. She shows up for food every single time. And I think there was another episode of food that had Mikoron. It was the 2 of them. I think they were trying out some food or something like that. I only got a glimpse of it. I haven't watched it yet. I know there's a whole bunch. I've got a whole list of II YouTube videos, mostly from Hibiki, that she's in, that I have not yet seen. I've seen a bunch of previous ones, but that particular one I don't think I've seen. And then, so she shows up in the Team Y video. She also shows up, and this was really cool. A couple of days ago, I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday, Ayasa had posted that she was doing an Instagram live. They're doing a live stage version of Joran, Princess of Snow and Blood. Similar, I'm not sure how the story relates to the anime. It might be a condensed version since it's stage, and Joran is pretty hardcore as it is. I've only seen the first episode. I started watching the second. We'll get to anime in just a moment. We're doing a lot with this one for today. It's so much fun. Yeah, so she's doing this Instagram live, and it's her and Mimorin, Suzuko Mimori, the 2 of them talking, and I'm watching this going, oh, this is kind of cool. They're talking about Joran, and they're talking about other stuff, and all of a sudden you hear Ai pops into the frame, and she's talking, and they're talking to her, and she's going back and forth, and I'm going, wow, that is pretty awesome. And so it's the 2, and then every so often they'll talk to Ai, and she'll mention something. You can hear her from off camera, and they go on. It's about 20 minutes long, And just at the end, as they're about to leave, they start to say bye. And then so Aiai, it's Mimorin and Ayasa on camera, and it's two different angles on camera. So Aiai sticks her head in, says bye. They chat a little bit, and then from behind them, it's Haruki Iwata. Pops up behind them. She's apparently she's also in the Joran stage play, and you guys know her from also from Review Starlight. So it's basically the Kugugumi, and then very last person to show up sticks her head right in the middle of frame is Maho. So you got Kukugumi there for Joran, and right at the end of stream, everybody's there. Boom, there we go, and then they say bye, and then it clicks off. Luckily, I have pictures that somebody posted on Twitter. I pulled them, of course. Why not, right? So having said that, which is a lead-in, because I did mention Aiai and Maho. So I Maho, Maho I, which leads us to our next. Oh, by the way, here are some pictures from the Review Starlight. This is Mimorin. This is her character, and then this is Kudoharu's character. Kind of badass, I think. I love the crossbow, but dude, check this out. What is that? Halberd, right? It's a scythe. Check that out, my God. That's gonna be awesome on stage. I mean, you already see spear work with some of the other characters in Review. I would love to see that flashing around and basically taking people out. In terms of the character. So anyway, so having said Aiai and Maho and maho-nee, which of course leads us to Cho Seiyu Sanjo, or I like to call it Ojo-sama, the outstandingly joyful and over-enthusiastically unbelievable society of Aiai and maho-nee appreciation, which of course leads us to I just have to. I've said before, I'll said it before, I'll say it again, I'll continue to say it. I like watching that little video. I watch it by myself. That sounds weird, but I just watch it on my own with that music going on. It's cute. I like watching the two of them, as Haru has put it before. Chaos, controlled chaos, chaos in a box, chaos in small form. It's just whenever. There's always hijinks ensuing whenever they're around. So speaking of Aiai, it's still October. Aiai's birthday was on the 17th, so it's 7 days since Aiai's birthday. And I have a feeling it might be a thing that I'm going to post somewhere on the stream on these boxes over here. Days since Aiai's birthday, or days until Aiai's next birthday, and we'll have a countdown. Because we'll do that, and then for this one we'll have that, and have one for Maho. Her birthday's on the 31st of May, or June 1st. Sorry, June 1st. June 1st is her birthday. So we'll have a countdown toward X days until Maho's birthday, X days until Aiai's birthday. Maybe I'll put it up here. One on either side. So I'll have one over here, and I'll have one over there. It'll be cool. Or I'll just have it on the screen for Ojo-sama or something like that. So since it is still Aiai's birthday month, most of Ojo-sama will be tailored to Aiai, and the first of which is something that popped up on my feed. This is the Bushi Road conference, the autumn or fall conference of 2021. I'm going to play it, and there was something fun that happened on the conference. This was streamed on YouTube last night. All right, here we go. Well, that was no fun. Did it not load? Okay, give more technical difficulties, guys. Here we go. Let me see if I can load this up here. Hang tight, folks. Yeah, this shows you exactly. Yeah, I could have sworn I did this earlier. Apparently, I didn't.
I'm Rudy, the president and COO of
Here we
Bushro
go.
International. Next, please welcome Shudichi Taira.
Here we go. Let's start again.
I'm Rudy, the president and COO of Bushro International. Next, please welcome Shudichi Taira.
Hi everyone, I'm Shudichi Taira, president of Bushro USA.
And I'm very excited to welcome our next guest, and I am sure you will be when you see her. Please welcome Aina Aiba.
Hi everyone! アイナアイバです。イエーイ！今日はブッシュロードイングリッシュコンファレンスに参加できてすごく嬉しいです。はい、全部英語での発表会ということで少しいつもとは違って緊張しておりますが、平さん、通訳頼りにしておりますよ。
Yes, so she is very happy to join this Bushro English conference today, and she's a bit nervous that everything's going to be presented in English, but she will do her best, and also we hope that everyone enjoys this presentation.
Thank you, Taira-san. Thank you, Aiba-san. I'm sure a lot of fans here are very excited to see the both of you.
So that was really cool. I thought that was really neat. I saw the announcement that the stream was going on, and they said, oh, one of the guests is going to be Aiai. So I thought, hey, let's check it out. And then so basically they go through a lot of product news and information of upcoming things that are being done. And every so often, Aiai will throw in some comment about something, either related to the cards or new cards that are coming out for the games. They focus mostly on the Card Fight Vanguard and Weiss Schwarz game. So new things, new developments in those arenas, and it was really cool. Just she was having a fun time. I could tell just watching her. She was enjoying. You know, it was mostly in English, but they would ask her questions, and there were a couple times where she, kind of. I think somebody had posted something on Twitter of her. She was asked if she likes gacha. When you do gacha pulls, and she says, "I like gacha." No, I love you, gacha. And then so it's a really cute, a little. Yes, that, yeah, and she's one. If you guys don't already know, I don't know, I'm pretty sure May and Tara know. Stuka and Jay, she's a big video game fan. So on her Aiba Derby show, which streams on Open Rec, and then she's done it a couple times on Maho channel too. She's like right now she's playing Monster Hunter, Monster Hunter Rise. I think that's what the video game is called. I think they made the movie from it, but she's playing that right now, and she streams it on her channel. So she'll go through and they'll play, like a session or something. They'll go after a monster, and it's really fun. So she loves playing video games. Is another thing that she does. So yeah, that's the fact that she's enjoying herself with that. She's enjoying herself with the games. I'm not sure to what degree that she plays the card game itself, but she was involved in the Card Fight Vanguard anime, in addition to doing the theme song for one of the one of the arcs of the series. She also played one of the characters for, I think it was like 6 or 7 episodes or something like that. So she's familiar with that particular world, and the fact that the Weiss Schwarz game apparently takes a lot of characters from various franchises and puts them in the game as some people you can play. I'm not exactly sure the game mechanics of that particular one, but it's got Bandori cards, it's got Roselia cards, it's got a bunch of cards from Bang Dream. I mean, that's just really cool. I'm very, very tempted to just go and check out that card game and see exactly what's involved. If it's something like Magic the Gathering, where you're fighting and they have points and whatnot, you tap mana and whatever, it'd be kind of interesting. And for if nothing else, collect the damn cards, right? I mean, why not collect the cards? So I'm hoping this next couple of things that I'm gonna share with you that I actually have it popped in. If not, we're gonna do this. I swear I could have sworn I put all these together. This next one comes from our very own Haru. She did the subtitles on this, and yeah, here we go. All right, Roselia, the most serious band in Bang Dream, goes crazy when they're together. We've seen other stuff with them. I guess I don't know if it's the craziness is evident just from them. I mean, we all know that the serious characters that she plays, especially Kudoharu and Aiai, I mean, they play fairly serious characters. Very rarely do we see them laughing, or well, no, I wouldn't say not laughing, but joking around. They're very focused. Very focused. Yes, Tara. Yuki was just enjoying. I mean, she's running back and forth, running around in a circle. Megyo looks like she's gonna kill somebody behind there with the popcorn, and then Aiai's just doing the Okasan, and Nonchan is like, "What the hell is going?" And you know, and then of course there's Kudoharu going, "Hey, lady, give me your number." I'm gonna call you. Just harassing Megu, harassing the sales lady. Yeah, so the serious group goes completely crazy, and of course, you know, Poppypa, they're when you see their stuff that they have fun too. They're out there doing the stuff, especially the Poppypa. They're enjoying themselves out there too on the beach. Yeah, so my favorite bit of this is Aiai being told, she's saying, "I'm 3 years old," as we saw, and then going to Nonchan and saying, "Mom, I want popcorn." I think I want to say I think she's putting on the kid character, because in the past she's had to actually play quote mom in certain skits. This one, I'm pretty sure some of you might have already seen. I saw this a while back, and I laughed my ass off. And then I found it again, popped up on my feed, of course, because it's Aiai, and I'm hoping I did put it in here. So here we go. Yeah. Here he goes.
おかん、おかん、おかん、しまだおかん、あんたはいつもそうやって、もう少し落ち着きなさい。クリスマスぐらい美味しいお肉食べたいわ。おかん、今日は美味しいお肉買うてきた。見てみこれ。クリスマスいつも鍋や。これあんた吉田さんが買うてきてくれたんやこれ。いつのこりもんで鍋吉田さんがなこれほんま買うてきてくれたんやで。隣でいつもお世話になってるなほら。隣でいつもお世話になってる。おかん、おとんは？おとん？おとんは？おとんの話させんで。おとんの話させんでよ。なんでよクリスマスなのに。帰ってこないの？おとんは欲しいなって思うたもん。おとんの話させんで。ほらお肉入れたから黙って食べ。いやー。ほんまにおるやん。クリスマスにないからサンタさん来へんよ。サンタさん来てほしいやろ。ほんなら泣かないの。ニコニコ肉食べて待っとき。大丈夫ぐらいやおじい。あんたはもうなんでこんなことになってしまったんやもう。もっとあんた昔はテディベア欲しいとか言ってたやん。なんか生きてんの今。ほらもう肉入れたでほら肉自分でしゃぶしゃぶしてレクニャー。いやどうも。レクニャー。いつも賑やかですね。お宅は。お父さんどこ行かはったんですか。星になったお父ちゃん。お母さんレクニャーが新しいお父さんなの。せや。ってどういうことや。黙ってもう黙って食べ。ほら肉もういいよ。ほら肉やからほらもう行きなさいこれ。ほらもう硬くなるよ。早く早く早く取りなさい。お母さんの言うこと。
I mean, what the hell?
どっち？ ちがいい？ポン酢。みんなポン酢？
聞いてるか？
ポン酢。
新しいお父さんやで。
あ、みんなポン酢かなじゃあ。
なんで急に犬になったんや。
ポン酢。皆さん、はいお肉取らないと肉硬くなるで。これ
アイナちょっと説明してくれ。
何よ？これ？
なんか一人犬がおる。
あ、これうちの犬の。
あ、ほんま。
うちの犬の。
この家庭に来てええんかわし。
な、挨拶しときでくにゃで、あんたの新しいほらもう飼い主やこれ。
でで。
ほら。
ちょっと止めてくれ、止めてくれ、ほんま。
あかんか。あかんで。
脱がすな。いやー、パレンチー。ちょっと着てあげて。あの子、マニアやないのほんま。
あんたもう。お父さんやってくれへんこんなんしてたらもう。
せっかくワンコ持ってきたの思ったのに。
あんた。
なんやこの子。
これ見てみほら、夫婦の証やでほら。一緒やろ？夫婦の証やで。夫婦の証？
どないなってんねん。
証やからこれ。ほんまな。
Oh my god. So yeah, that's mommy Aiai with her 3 kids. I love that your dad turned into a star. Where's dad? He's not here at Christmas. He turned into a star. And then Aimee, what's Exactly, Terry. What did I just watch? And then Aimee just turns into a dog. What the ever-loving F is that? Oh, and she starts howling. Oh my god. Yeah, so I have seen these videos before, not just this one. I think it's called, the program is called Raccoonion's Place. Raccoonion is the cat, and he introduces a lot of the ones that I've seen, and I'm not sure who else he has on his show, or it has on his show. I know they play video games, because I've seen some older ones where they play video games, and they'll sit in the back and it's basically live stream or video stream, video show, and then they'll talk about the games or whatnot. And they play, and there's some commentary going on. But a lot of the ones I've seen have featured Bandori, and I've actually seen the Kukugumi show up on the show. And I don't think it's on anymore. It was on for a few years. I think during early Bang Dream. So probably when the show first aired. So I would say 2018 and 19, it probably would have been on. And then they either canceled the show or it did its own thing. But I think recently they went back. It was the got a questionable picture and caption back in my Facebook. I'll try. I tried to tell her. That one was dubbed by someone called Shikariki Swan. It used to be hosted by Aimee and Ayasa. Oh, okay, yeah. And I know, I think it was there was a Team Y video recently where they go back to revisit Raccoonion, and I can't remember if, I know it was Aimee and Ayasa, and I believe it was Team Y, and I think Mikoron was there too. This was a last month or so or something like that. I remember seeing it, on my feed. And I was like, oh my god, Raccoonion's back. So I don't know if the show is actually back or if it was just a special thing that they do. Finished last year. So that, and it looked like there was a lot of fun. I've been trying to find some previous ones, and the ones that I was able to find that did show up on YouTube, most of them are dubbed. There's one that there's a little skit that's Ayasa and Maho. Ayasa wants to be Maho's cat. If you guys check it out, it's friggin' hilarious, because Raccoonion is like, what, WTH, kind of thing. So there's a lot of that going on in the show. So having said that, so there's Aiai getting back to, not being the mom anymore in the popcorn video. She wants to be the kid. But since we're talking about Aiai and maho-nee. I mean, it's clear. I have to put the two of them together. So here is one. It's Aiai and Maho. Maho is guest on Hibiki. If you guys remember that one video that I showed you where Aiai says we have a special guest, Tomita Maho, and she comes running behind her, and then disappears, and then comes back. It's from that. It's from that show. They do a cooking. They do a cooking theme, and I believe the full deal in this one is a relay. So that they've baked. I think they picked a recipe to cook. They have all the ingredients, and it's the two of them basically tag teaming back and forth at certain points. I think they get a certain amount of time to prepare part of it, and then they tag back the other person. Meanwhile, while one person is cooking, the other person, so they don't see what it is that they're doing. I believe they're blindfolded, and they've got cans, earmuffs, ear protectors, so they can't hear or see what's going on, and then they go back and forth to try and create a meal. So this is a little clip. This was the full section was subtitled by Gostovich, who shows up on I can't remember what their Twitter name is, but I've seen them show up, and it's I think it's also Gostovich. They translate a lot of the SHIYOUs, especially some of the tweets that go back and forth, and they'll translate on Twitter. They're kind of fun, and I've seen some of their videos in the past. This one, so this is Aiai and Maho. And I mentioned the little kid because there's an entire section where Maho is basically acting like a little kid, and Aiai is mom cooking dinner. Here, I'll show you. Here we go. And of course, it's not loaded, so I'm going to do my thing and load it up for everybody while I'm talking to you on the like I said, I could have sworn I did this already. Apparently that's not the case, so there will be a little lag time. Here we go. All right, here we go. All right, Maho the little kid reaching for a knife. Of course, right? Leave a knife on the counter. Maho's gonna reach for it. My favorite part of that whole there's longer bits in there. They show there's bits with Aiai with the blindfold and the headphones, and Maho is cooking and doing her bit in the cooking. But these were the fun parts because of Maho just acting, I'm hungry, I want food. When she gives her the little piece of tofu and she does that, like what is that? I think the first time I saw that, I was drinking something, came out my nose. Luckily, it didn't reach far enough to damage anything. But yeah, that was fun. So of course we have to have Aiai and Maho for this section. So that's them there tag teaming back and forth with a cooking relay is what it's called. And speaking of tag team, I think I mentioned last time, we know that they do a show, I Love Pro Wrestling, and I think we had talked about, wouldn't it be cool if we had some Bandori people show up what other Bandori people can we show up as guests? So I went to check out the playlist and made a note of who shows up as part of their guests. Of the shows that they have, I think there's 26 out now, 26 or 27 episodes. We have 4 that are Bandori. So that would be Ayase has shown up, Sumu, Risa Sumu, so Chuchu has shown up, Non-chan, who plays Rinko, Shirokane Rinko, and Yuki Nakashima, Lisa, who plays Lisa, Imai Lisa, who was running around, who stole the popcorn and ran around in that one video. She was just having a good time. So we have four people, 4 seiyus from Bang Dream. The rest of them are pretty much are mostly Review Starlight people. Moepi was the most recent one. We had Hinata, Iktateru, let's see, Ayasa, of course, since she plays characters in both franchises. Momoyo has been on twice, and Haruki has been on as a guest in the show. And then the other ones were mostly Aiai and Maho talking about various elements of wrestling. So for Bandori, like I said last time, I would love to see Aimi show up on there. Sae, hopefully she shows up, because I know they've done a show together. There's that show, I think was it once a month, that Monogatari live show where they tell stories. I know Sae has been there, and I hosts that, so they were telling stories. I would love to see them. I would like to see everybody in Bandori show up on I Love Pro Wrestling, and just have a cracking good time, as British friends would say. So cracking good time. We are in this last half hour. Hopefully it won't take too long. We are at 9:25, so let's get into some anime. How about that? I know we spent a lot of time talking about Bandori and Maho, but this is a show about anime, so we'll use the last half hour to talk about some anime that I want to get to. And so, having said that, here we go. It's Stop Anime Time. Thank you, Rikopin, for your toast. Running late with toast. Tara says Bandori hand wrestling tournament. Oh, okay. That reminds me, there was if I can find video of it, I think I have it somewhere. There was the Janken festival that they did. It was one of the Hibiki fests. It's got the senpais and the kohais, or some variation thereof. So it's got a whole bunch of Bandori people, Bandori Hibiki seiyus, having a Janken tournament, and oh my god, it's friggin' hilarious. I'll see if I can find that. I've got it. I think I pulled it somewhere, and I found a copy. I don't know where it came from originally. At one point, I found it and then pulled a copy. Managed to somehow. I think it might have been on YouTube at one point, because I can't find it. It used to be on YouTube. I think that's where I pulled it originally. I don't know where the source material is. This particular one is subtitled. I don't know if it says who the subtitler is. If anybody of you know, have that information, let me know. I will post it, or at least talk about it on stream to give a shout out where shout outs are due. And just as a reminder, if you guys are interested in some more Roselia stuff, the popcorn bit came from Haru's channel. Haru, who shows up here on stream. She's got a YouTube channel, so check it out. I'll put a link in the show notes, in the description. You guys can check out all the other ones that she's done for Roselia. A lot of it's Roselia, and some of it's really cool stuff. It's a lot of fun. So, anime. Let's get to some anime now. How many of you have seen, this popped up within the last couple of weeks, Cowboy Bebop, we all know, is coming to Netflix. Jay, I know you're interested in this. We've got John Cho as Spike Siegel in the lead role. Apparently they had posted, I think Netflix on YouTube, or somebody had posted a short preview of something that kind of showcases the feel of it. But I wanted to talk about the opening, which popped up on Twitter, and it got a lot of how should we say, a lot of haters on it. There are some people who enjoyed it, and some people who said no, it doesn't have the same feel. They botched it. I'm sure anything that has a hardcore following that gets an adaptation in a different medium is going to have its share of people who are not going to like it. Personally, having not seen the anime yet, except for a few clips here and there, the opening sequence, I watched it and then went and compared it to the opening sequence from the anime, and I gotta say, they did a pretty good job. I mean, there's so much you can do. There's only so much you can do with live action, short of completely doing everything in CG, and there's a lot of stuff that you can do with 2D animation. I mean, there is a reason why there's some things that happen in 2D that you can't really do, or you can try to do in live, and it just, it's either, won't work, or you might end up something like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where it's cartoon physics. But from what I was able to see, from what they did, I thought it was a really good translation into a different medium. They kept a lot of the sequences, so it's almost a scene for scene recreation of the anime opening. There's a couple of places where you can tell they put in sequences that you will end up seeing that would be typical sequences that you'd see in any kind of live action opening. If you're watching like NCIS or I think NCIS is one of the few shows that actually has an opening sequence. Most other shows seem to be just title, and then you get into the show. Faye's outfit, for example, probably can't do that in live action. I think she looked great in what I was able to see. So yeah, I think it should be on YouTube. You should be able to find the live action version of the Cowboy Bebop opening. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I thought they did a good job. And the little clip that I saw of this, I think they do. There was the lost footage or the lost tape or something that just popped up on YouTube recently. I made a link to that one. From what I was able to see, it looks pretty good. If this is similar to what they're doing on the show, I've got high hopes for it. I will get to some point go and watch the anime itself. So much anime to watch, right? With everything else that I want to talk about, but I'll get. I'm pretty sure I'll get to that. I mean, it is iconic for what it was, so I'll eventually get there. But from what I've seen of the live action so far, I think it'll work. I think it will get. I mean, in any kind of, like I said, anything will have its detractors, will have the haters. I'm sure there are going to be really hardcore anime fans who said, no, you can't do that. It's not keeping into the spirit of the anime, whatever. I think it actually keeps to the spirit of the anime from what I've seen so far. At the very least, the opening sequence seems to be very true to what they're able to do for the live action. And I was just saying, of the few shows that I've seen that have opening sequences. You get a lot of footage that's in there that I'm sure you'll end up seeing in a future episode. So they got a lot of those type of things there. Like they'll introduce characters who I'm sure who's that you'll find out later on in the season or what have you. So you get those little tidbits there. But for the most part, a lot of what they did in the live action seems to be, like I said, they're recreating the anime sequence down to, I think there's a sequence where he does they're running across screen, or they do the thing with the three guns show up and they fire the guns, and they do the same thing in the live action. It looks pretty cool. Check it out. I think somebody had posted a side-by-side comparison showing you as both of them run. You can see they I think they did a really good job with that. So I'm definitely going to check it out once it starts playing on Netflix. I can't remember exactly when it's supposed to release, but when it does, I will definitely check it out, and then I will check out the anime as well. The other one that I'm looking forward to, Shield Hero Season 2, is coming out in April of 2022. I enjoyed the first season. I'm looking forward to see where they go next. I don't like Spear Guy. I think he's a twat. Can I say that on stream? He's a dork. He's an idiot. I like Shield Hero, and I like all the other characters. Raphtalia, Chicken Girl, whose name I just completely spaced out on. But anyway, I'm looking forward to it. And apparently, a while back, there is I heard there's a stage show of. They had posted pictures on Twitter. There's a live action or live stage performance or show of Shield Hero. I'm not surprised anymore. They seem to be live action shows for everything, just about. I mean, Review Starlight's got its own live. Oren Host has its host club. Oren Host Club has a live stage show, J, which I've told you about. I think everything. Road 59 was a manga, then became a stage show, which, as a matter of fact, has Aiai in it, and happens to be a Bushi Road franchise. Anyway, so all right, so let's get to some anime. I finally went back and watched Fina, Pirate Princess. Jay, you were right. I should be watching it, and I think it was one of those, like I've said before. The timing was off. I was tired that day. It didn't sit. But I did start watching Fina, or started watching again, and got through the first 5 episodes. So I'm looking forward to continuing on. I love the aesthetic of the show. It took me a little bit to try and figure out exactly the time period it takes place in. I'm guessing it's probably somewhere 19th century, either late 19th century or early 20th century. The fact that they have a submarine kind of made me second guess, because so up to then we were getting a lot of like 18th century type of stuff, and then all of a sudden they've got they're doing technology that's not quite there, a little anachronistic. So I don't know if it's one of those where it's sort of like a melting pot of technology, despite the fact that they use real place names for various things. Still trying to figure out where in the world literally it's kind of set, but enjoying it so far. I love the idea of the island where the team comes from, the pirates that she travels with. I'm really curious to find out the whole story behind Fina's relationship with broody samurai guy. And I love the twins. They're hilarious. I think I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm looking forward to see what's the deal with the stone, or the thing, the clear the clear stone. What is it? What's the function? The fact that I'm not going to give any spoilers for whoever's not watched it yet, but the fact that it ties back to a certain person of a historical period. What? The last time I heard that name was in another anime, so I don't know if it's a callback to that. there's supposed to be an anime about this historical figure that this person shows up here supposedly at a certain point where it's not possible, at least in terms of the storyline. Got me curious. I want to see where they go with that, so that could be kind of fun. So yes, continuing that. I have not yet gone back to Pride of Orange. I will. I know I think they're on episodes 3 or 4 right now. I will get back to that. I am curious to see what they're going to do with it. I think I had mentioned before, it didn't quite grab me the way that I thought it would, but I'm kind of curious to see where they're going to go with this and see what shows up in the next few episodes. So we'll check out on that. Having said that, Aquatope and Love Live Superstar. So Superstar, I think, just popped episode 12 this past week. So I have 11 and 12 to watch. I want to see how they deal with this, because I am loving this show. So I love the music, I love the songs. It's so much fun. I think it's the most fun I've had watching an idol show. And I've seen the other two Love Lives. I'm really enjoying this one. The characters are just a hoot. They're like if you took, like I think I mentioned this before, if you took everybody in Pico and made it an anime in and of itself, in the way that they did with, if they took the Pico stuff and put it in Bang Dream, is what you would get with Love Live, because they're the craziness, the madcap stuff, the hijinks that are happening in there. You don't quite see them in Bang Dream. You know, it's got its own flavor, its own tone. But I really think if that's what they wanted to do, if they took Pico and threw that into Bang Dream as a series, that kind of humor, and it doesn't have to be the entire thing, but they threw some of that in there, you'd get part of what you see in Love Live. Because, you know, you're laughing, and all of a sudden they turn around and punch you in the gut with the feels, and that hit me a couple times in Love Live. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to going and watching the last 2 episodes. Aquatope is on episode 16 right now, I believe. 15 and 16 are there. I'm curious to see, and I haven't caught those yet, but I want to see where we get to with Kokoro. Just kidding, Kukuru. I know the other timeline, the Bandori timeline, that she was summoned from, and Fuka, to see how they get along. Especially what's her name, Biatch lady. We'll see what happens there. Here, I cried. Yes, I will. I'm telling you, Tara. When they punch you in the gut with the feels, and that's happened pretty much every single episode of Superstar. I found myself, you know, they'll hit a chord, and it's just like, oh my god, stop it, don't. I'm trying to watch. Why is my vision gone hazy, like I'm staring through a rain-covered window? So I'm looking forward to getting punched in the feels with Love Live. So the other two the other couple of series that I've checked out, which I thought was kind of interesting, Sakugan, the one, the father-daughter mecha pilot thing, is kind of cute. I'm really curious to see where they go with this. It's pretty much hit the ground running, and is starting to pick up speed, and they're only on episode 3. So I'm curious to see what that does. A MAME Warrior at the Borderline, that one mecha show that takes place in this sort of occupied Japan. Japan is, you know, taken over by a whole bunch of different countries, kind of thing. Oh yeah, no, completely agree, Tara. Superstar, first Love Live series that I enjoy. So yeah, like I said, the other 2 were really good. They were very interesting. I like the characters and I like the storyline. But this one, I am having so much fun with Superstar. Just especially the one episode when they're trying to do a live stream, and you know, they get distracted and something else throws in, and everybody's trying to do their own thing. I was laughing my ass off. So I really enjoy that, having that aspect of the show. Like I said, you're laughing, then you're crying, right? What better way to spend 20 minutes, 20 some minutes of a day? Laugh, cry, laugh, every episode. And now that you've got 12 episodes to do that with, even better, right? I really think I'll know more once I get through the last 2 episodes. If it keeps it up, it keeps up the pace, and if by the end of it I can see it, it may end up being on my rewatch list and something to buy, which is what the same thing that I can say for Bofuri. Yeah, laughing second. None. It would be laughing, crying. Not so much in the embarrassment for me. That it could just be a me thing. It's mostly laughing, cry, laughing, cry. Yeah, that would be Love Live, laugh. Leia, it'd be laugh, cry, for me, for Superstar. I was going with something, and I completely forgot what I was gonna say. But anyway, it would definitely be part of a rewatch. It's that short list of rewatches. Event, I call them my event rewatch. It would definitely reach that, and it'll probably be along with Bofuri and Horimiya, which if you haven't seen yet, oh my god, you have to see Horimiya. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have already seen it. I know May has seen it. I think Jay and Stuka, you were talking about watching it. Oh my god, it's so adorable. Anyway, that's another one that's on a rewatch, and I think if I can figure out, I think it should be out on Blu-ray or DVD. I will be buying a copy of that. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. That's another one that's one of the. It's like my love story. That's yes, Bofuri season 2 is next year. I don't know exactly when, but yeah, that's next year as well. I'll have to check what it is, but yeah, Bofuri, Maple, and the gang. Oh my god, they're so much fun. Yes, we finished. Loved. Yes, I'm glad you guys watched it. And I think May, you were watching it while it was coming out. I remember you tweeting about Horimiya. Yes, totally. My god, yes, it's gonna definitely be a rewatch. It's bookmarked in my on Chrome for me, so I just pop over there and watch it without hunting through my queue in Funimation. So yeah, that's definitely one that's going to be on that list. So the other 2 I started watching just because they look kind of interesting was Banished and Finest Assassin. Long title. Banished from the Hero's Party, I decided to live a quiet life in the countryside. It's currently at 3 episodes, and then the world's finest assassin gets reincarnated in another world as an aristocrat. Those are kind of fun right now. I think I mentioned Banished before. That one started off a little bit slow, but in the last couple of episodes, it's picked up in terms of pacing and story. I wasn't quite sure the way it ended. It seemed to kind of go flat, and then it picked up again with the introduction of another character in episode 2 and 3, and you get more and more about these 2 characters, and I'm starting. It's picking up for me, so I want to see where they go with this. And then, of course, episode 3, they throw in a thing that happens where you're like, oh, okay, where's that going? I wasn't expecting that. Which is always a fun thing that you don't expect that, especially when it has to do with one of the characters. A little turn there, so we'll see where that goes. Finest Assassin is really interesting. It's so the concept is hired assassin dies, comes back into an isekai, and is reincarnated into a son of a nobleman who's in a clan of assassins itself. It's kind of interesting. I'm looking to see where they go with this. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far, and I really thought it was kind of cute. in episode 1 for Assassin and for Finest Assassin and Sakugan, they both had. I enjoyed the little movie references that they threw in there. In Finest Assassin, there's a scene in the first episode where our main character pulls out a bunch of fake passports, and he opens one up and it says, "Oh, this one I'm somebody named Alan Smith." That sounds like a really the name of a really bad movie director or director of B movies. Which, if you know Hollywood lore, the name Alan Smithy is a pseudonym that some directors would put on a project that in the end they decided to disavow and say, I don't want anything to do with that because it was never it didn't conform to their artistic vision, and it was something that the studio wanted to put out, so they kind of cobbled together whatever. So basically a crap movie. Usually if the director says I want my name taken out, they will put the name Alan Smithy as the name of the director, and I think it's been used in a couple of Hollywood-themed movies as a joke about Hollywood itself. So I thought that was a nice little tip of the hat to Hollywood. The other one that popped up, and I thought this was great, and I think I remember tweeting about it. I think I tweeted about it. First episode of Sakugan, the daughter kind of. I think she's like 8 or 9 or something. Very has her mind on doing something, and she's being chased by her dad who wants her to come home, and she's out trying to have an adventure. So there's one point where he's trying to catch her, and she blurts out the line, something along the lines of, if you strike me down, I will only become more powerful. And the dad says, why? That sounds like something a bad guy in a movie would say. Which, of course, if you remember, is I think that sounds like a line in a movie. And if you guys know, Star Wars, Obi-Wan Kenobi says, if you strike me down, I will only become more powerful. Right? So I thought that was a nice nod. And I was watching both of those back to back, so I got double Hollywood points for that. So I thought that was really cool. I think that was the only time that they did that. Nice little touch. I liked it. They don't do any more afterwards for either of those series. But anyway, so the one thing I started watching MAME Warrior on the Borderline. I think I was talking about that. That was the one about Japan having been divided up into by different countries. They own different things or different parts. So Japanese are now second-class citizens, like mercenaries or the government or whatnot. And so the storyline is a kid who's kind of a tech genius type finds a mecha and is going off to join the freedom fighters. I was with it so far until middle of episode 3 when they did the thing that I have learned in writing, especially in writing screenplays, what you're not supposed to. It's something you're not supposed to do. Now there are again, a lot, as with many rules of writing and whatnot, filmmaking. There are rules. Once you know the rules, you can break them, and if you break them well, people still enjoy what you're doing. But it's a cardinal rule that if you have an exposition scene, at least make it interesting. Unfortunately, in this one, they have an exposition scene between two characters where the action completely grinds to a halt while the two of them talk, which I hate in any movie. And it's, your typical one, well, as you know, Bob, blah, 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 which is always, for most of the writers out there, I'm looking at you, Jay and Stuka, and anybody else who's watching this, we know this as the info dump, where you just get this gob of information that's, you have to know the backstory. Sometimes they'll do it in fantasy novels where the wizard or some smart person, some learned person will say, back in the mists of ancient time, before the days when man recorded his days, and you get the demon king rose up from the mountains of fire, and you get the story, somebody will tell the story and it takes pages and pages where nothing really happens. So this is exactly what they're doing here, and I swear I stopped watching right in the middle. Yes, exactly. It's one of these info dump. There's some movies that do a good job with an info dump because they make it interesting. It's not just one person talking and going blah blah blah. Bueller. It's not just that. It's done interesting. It's either done between two characters talking back and forth in a conversation where something's happening around them or they're doing something, right? As a pope in the pool. Yeah. But I still think you can do even in anime. There's ways around it. You can have the people carry on a conversation. Like for instance, in Finest Assassin, in the beginning, the main character is teaching a novice assassin about what to do and what not to do when on a job. And he could have just sat there, and the two of them were face to face talking. Here's what you should do. Here's what you shouldn't do. But they were doing it while they were being chased by the bad guys, right? Or by the opposition, or in the middle of an action sequence where as things are going on, bullets are flying, things are exploding. He's telling them, okay, make sure you do this, make sure you do that. Remember this, remember that. So you were caught up in it while things were going on. So it makes it interesting. They, for whatever reason, up to this point, everything else was fine. There was action going on, and then I don't know why. It's maybe the animators got bored. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'll have to go back and see if there was a particular reason why. Because in this one, the main character is sitting, and then another character comes up and saying, "Oh, what's wrong?" Well, and then she launches into a reason for why she's doing what she's doing, and they're just sitting there, and I'm like, "What is? Don't go." If anything, maybe she's supposed to take him to a training area. Why not have your conversation while you're driving there, or something like that? There are ways of making something like that interesting, instead of just having the two people, a very static scene where people are just sitting talking. That's my rant. I'll probably go back to, because I want to see what else they're doing with this. I'm really curious. The whole mecha freedom fighter type of thing, of which, speaking of mecha freedom fighters, it's in that book that you lent me, right, Stuka? Well, the United States of Japan, which is kind of interesting. I was flipping through it a little bit, and read the blurb on the back. Sounds really cool. I'll get to that at some point. But anyway, there is a way of doing it. I've seen it done. When you do it well, it makes it interesting, and the story progress. I mean, the story will progress anyway when you have that, but it makes the scene or the sequence more interesting, and the audience doesn't get bored, because you probably don't want to bore the audience, especially on an anime when if you're trying to do 12 episodes or 13 or 26 or whatever, 24 episodes. If inevitably you're going to have a exposition scene, but it's just in the execution of the exposition, where it'll either fall on its face or carry the audience member forward, and make them even more interested in something. So there's lots of ways. We've seen it in the good anime that we watch. The story continues, and the info dump happens in pieces, so you get bits of it here, bits of it here. If they do a big one, that sounds really bad. If they do a large or an extensive info dump, they make it interesting. Those are the fun ones to do, or those are the fun ones to see. And I'm a little dismayed that they took that way with this one. I'll probably end up slogging through just to see where they go with this, but that kind of made me twitch a little bit when they did that. When they just, and this seriously, they're actually just sitting there. He's sitting, she comes up behind him, you're next to him, and say, "Oh, what's wrong?" He says something and says, "Oh, well, I think he says something. Well, why are you doing this? What are you in this for?" And she sits down and starts telling him the story of her backstory basically, and I'm like, oh my god, are you actually doing this? I wanted to take the screen and go, what are you doing? But that might have messed up my monitor there. So where are we there? Maim, finest assassin, banished, Fina. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Fina. I really want to see what they do with it. I'm enjoying it. I mean, in that one, even there's a little bit of info dumping. Where is this from? What is this? But they have it as a conversation between multiple people, right? It's not just the guy studying the book. It's somebody else chiming in going, hey, wasn't this? Oh yeah, but wasn't that and this and this? Oh, what's this? It made it interesting, right? You kind of got caught up in the conversation. Oh, they're talking about this. What does that mean? Well, wasn't this? Wasn't such and such and that? Oh no, but then this. Oh, what is this? That's one way of making it interesting, especially if the characters, if you've got interesting characters in the first place, and they come in and drive the scene with either questions or comments, or even an offhanded comment might lead somebody to say, "Oh, but then look at this. If you're looking here, wait, didn't you mean?" Something like that, where you get back and forth, which works well for even a murder mystery, where the detective and the police inspector are talking, going back and forth. If the conversation is interesting, and it's done so where it's not just flat, lifeless information. Again, if somebody has if there's something that they want in the scene, but they're not going to get it, and the other person isn't going to give it to them, and they're trying to, and inside that you have an info dump of whatever, and you get tension between the two characters, and you throw, or you have tension between multiple characters. For example, great example, the Council of Elrond, right? Big info dump. What are we going to do with the ring? We have to take it, I will take it. I'll take the ring to Mordor. You just don't walk to, no one walks to Mordor, right? But the fact that you've got competing personalities and competing interests fighting over something, even if they're throwing history at you, the ring was forged in the depths of Mount Doom, this, that, the steward of Gondor, we should take the ring. It's for us. We should use it against the enemy. Going back and forth, you're getting a lot of information, but you've got these competing personalities trying to either one-up somebody or do something else that they're not supposed to do, and somebody else, you can't do that, and you're getting this friction, makes it an interesting scene. And I'm talking about the movie. In the book, I'm pretty sure it's very similar to that. I would have to reread it again. But the fact that they did it in a movie in such a way where it's not just pages and pages of paragraphs about the history of the ring and Mount Doom and Sauron and all that. The fact that you can have friction in a conversation that tells you something about the storyline, the backstory, and then moves the story forward, things like that. Again, with the conversation with it's like the guildmaster or the mayor of the town up in the mountains that they go up to, who created the thing that they're looking for. I won't give any more away for those of you watching Fina. That conversation in the library where they're going back and forth. Oh, it's this, but did you see this? And then you get other people coming in. Wait, I thought this was this. No, it's not. Oh, who was that? Who are you talking about? Oh, well, it's this. Oh, well, wasn't that? But historically, you can't because of the date. Look at that sort of thing. Competing interests, multiple people talking, trying to figure out the story for their own, and then somebody actually telling the story and then answering their questions in a way that makes it interesting. Again, there's ways that you can do an info dump without just having two people saying, give me your monologue, and I'm just going to sit here and go, and you're just sitting there and nothing's really happening. So there's my narrative rant. we are at just about 10 o'clock. So I'm going to leave it there. We'll talk more next week. I will finish up Aquatope and Love Live Superstar. I can't wait. There's a couple of other shows. There's that Evolution show, which I started watching, which is kind of cute. Even cuter when I realized that the ending song is poppin'party's Moonlight Walk. I'm just sitting there waiting for the next episode to play, and all of a sudden I'm listening to the ED, and I'm like, wait, why do those voices sound familiar? Oh, because it's Poppypa singing the closing song. So, hey, how about that? I was not aware that it was until I'm listening, and right in the middle of it, I'm going, they sound really familiar. Is this Poppypa? And then, of course, the little credits come up, and you see Poppypa show up on the credits. Yay! So they've got another ending song, and it's that Evolution one. It's playing on Crunchyroll right now. I'll figure out what it's called and then let you guys know. But anyway, let's go ahead and call it for the evening. Thank you guys for joining me on stream. This has been episode 16 of Anime Show. Thanks go out to Jay, Stuka, Tara, and May. Thank you for coming, guys. If you are watching and not paying attention on stream, or if you're not in stream, or if you're not in chat, sorry, if you're not in chat with us, but you are watching, thanks for coming. Thank you guys for coming, showing up to the stream. This was a lot of fun. We'll see you guys next week for episode 17. And I hope you guys go check out stuff. Go check out Cowboy Bebop. I will go ahead and after the show, or at some point in the next day or so, once I pull all the links, I'll post it on the show notes, so you guys can click on stuff. I'll put in SORAN'S stream. I'll put in Haru's channel, all the good stuff, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again for coming. Have a good evening. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you guys next time on Anime Show.